We're back on trail. Ashland was awesome. We took a day and a half off, pigged out on some Chinese food, ate some delicious homemade sushi that Jetpack made from scratch, and we resupplied, fixed all our packages for the rest of the trail. Most of mine are already shipped from friends back home. Shout out to the plug. So this next stretch is kind of a grind. We still got some long water carries. It's pretty dry. Maybe a little bit buggy later in Oregon, but we haven't gotten anything bad so far. The first big stop out of town is Crater Lake. That's gonna happen on our 4th day out of town by noontime, where Jetpack might have some friends meeting him over there. And we're doing low 30s a day, hopefully, mileage wise, and might not take a day off for the rest of the trail. So gonna try to finish by mid-September still. But I'm open to anything as well. Life is just good right now. Rogue River National Forest. Oregons look like this so far, pretty much 90% of the time. No scenery really, just buffed out trail and walking through forest. Jetpack working the water pump. Pump it! Ooh. Look at that. Refreshing. Some rough terrain. I already got 700 miles on my shoes. Ooh. Look at this, look at this. Boom! The sunset. Last couple miles been walking through this crazy toasted burnt area. No vegetation at all. Must have faced a really severe burn very recently. Pretty wild though. Jetpack got friends visiting over here. Look at his resupply box. He got all sorts of Chinese food. He got the mo gu. He got the dao xi lang yu. He got some food juk. I got new shoes in the mail. Super comfortable. Pretty smoky. This is what the lake looks like today. We're gonna camp with Jetpack's friends in Diamond Lake nearby, and then we're gonna come back tomorrow where hopefully it'll be cleared up a little bit. Authentic Chinese dinner right here. Boom, boom, boom. Last couple miles we've been walking on the Crater Rim alternative to the PCT. PCT is somewhere down there. Super dry, burnt area, nothing to see, boring. Instead, we've been walking right next to Crater Lake over here. This whole thing is a volcano. Jetpack's is the deepest lake in the US. And that's a volcano inside a volcano, which is super wild. We're at the highest point in Oregon and Washington, 7,500 feet. Just on the PCT though, way different than California. This is the good stuff. If you didn't grow up with it, I don't know if you'll like it. Dao xi lang yu.
He's having an orgasm in his mouth.
Just went for a nice swim in Summit Lake. Nice water, waves. There's a couple little islands. I didn't swim all the way to the islands. We just kind of took a dip right over here. Now relaxing a bit. Later today we're going to go to Shelter Cove. That's our next rest stop. Walking on the side of Diamond Peak. It's large and beautiful. It's a very hot day though, but the good news is we only have 11 miles till Shelter Cove, where we're gonna get ice cream and pizza. We're at Shelter Cove, gonna roll out right now. We just had a nice breakfast burrito over at the restaurant. Next stop's gonna be Big Lake Youth Camp in a few days. We're gonna go there so that we don't have to hitch into Sisters or Bend. Big Lake Youth Camp is right on trail. It's tough getting out of our tents this morning. It rained on us yesterday night. It's a chilly morning. It's okay though. We got some big mountain views, some nice dramatic views, first time in Oregon. And we're gonna go check out a nice waterfall called Obsidian Falls later this morning. This is middle sister over here. The one that we camped in front of yesterday. was South Sister. And later today, hopefully, we'll get to see North Sister. Three Sisters Wilderness. This whole stretch is lava rock. Is pretty crazy. Looking in the distance, couple mountains that we're gonna get near. Maybe Mount Jefferson and probably Mount Hood in the distance. We'll see. Tough end of the day climb. That's Middle Sister and North Sister, Tia and Tamara. Jetpacks coming down the trail. We've been walking through this lava field for the last 5 miles or so, maybe more. It's been really rough on my feet. We're going really slow. That's Mount Washington over there. We're trying to make it to Big Lake Youth Camp tomorrow morning for breakfast, but maybe for lunch. We're at Big Lake Youth Camp. It's a Seventh-day Adventist summer camp for kids. They have a whole cabin just for hikers with showers, laundry, everything. We got free meals. Everything is free. Everyone was so nice over here. This is definitely one of my favorite stops on the PCT so far. In less than a mile, Jetpack and I are gonna hit the 2,000 mile mark. It's crazy. One summer. And we still got 650 miles more after that, but 2,000 is pretty good. We're excited. 2, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. That's where I am. We're on the side of Three-Fingered Jack. Big old climb, beautiful mountain. We're gonna descend pretty soon. There's a river down there. More stuff to see. We got a really rough water crossing. Some people cross upstream, some people just forded across. Some nasty glacier looking water. Nice view of Mount Jefferson. We're taking one last break of the day. I got some wet shoes. We had a water crossing. It was runoff from the mountain right over there, really wide. There was even a dead horse in the water. We were looking for a place to cross for a while. Aurora said, I don't have time for you guys. I'm gonna cross. And she just like rock top across, and then we had to follow her. First time seeing snow on the trail in about 1,000 miles. Day 99 of the trail for me. Tomorrow's day 100. We had a nice, enjoyable first half of the day today. We're 26 miles into the day. We had some beer and wine earlier today at Lolly Lake. And I was joking around with Aurora. I said, if we walk the whole night today, we could make it to Timberline Lodge, which is 61 miles from where we camped. Tomorrow morning for their famous breakfast buffet. It's the most famous meal on trail. And she said, sure, I'm down. Jetpack, we don't know if he's down. So I got serious about it, and now we're just doing it. It's a lot of people do it 24-hour challenge. I don't know if we'll do it in 24 hours. We'll try our best, but we're definitely going to try to make it for the breakfast buffet and then just crash afterwards. It's 1 in the morning now. We're 43 miles in out of 61. It's about 50-50 whether or not we'll grind it out or not, depending on how sleepy we get, but we're hopeful right now. No mas, no mas. We're 46 miles in, going up a big uphill. Aurora said she just had no power left. She wasn't sleepy, but she just had no legs in her. So we just crashed, no big deal. Tomorrow we got 15 miles left, and we'll make it there for pizza for dinner. Still good. This last mile up to Timberline Lodge is a struggle, very sandy. But we got pizza and beer waiting. And oh, by the way, we're on the side of Mount Hood. All right. Jetpack was just a little bit behind yesterday. He caught up today. He made it for breakfast. Timberline Lodge, The Shining was filmed here. We still got a view of Mount Hood. We're rolling out now. We got Cascade locks in a couple of days. I got my resupply package. I got my cold weather gear. I got a puffy and some gloves and a rain kilt, all set for Washington. I'm kicking back, eating Skittles. Ramona Falls. We gotta do 32 miles today. We're in a rush, but we found a berry bush, and we've just been eating berries for the last 10 minutes. Earlier when I said I wasn't gonna take any more zeros on the trail, I lied. I mentioned today was a 32-mile day. That's because we're finishing Oregon today. And Jetpack's friends who we met at Crater Lake, they live in Portland, so they're actually gonna pick us up at 8 o'clock today, drive us to Portland, and we're gonna go there and hang out for 2 days, take 2 zeros. We're gonna have dim sum tomorrow morning, we're gonna have shabu shabu tomorrow night, we're gonna have maybe Korean barbecue, and then we're gonna make dumplings the next day. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna put on so much weight. We got 7 more miles to Cascade Locks. That's where Bridge of the Gods is. That's the Columbia River. That means Oregon finishes right here. And that is the state of Washington. California took me 84 days. Oregon took me 18 days. It's 8 o'clock. We made it to Cascade Locks. It's the Bridge of the Gods. We're gonna walk across it on Sunday. Today, Jetpack's friends are gonna pick us up. Look at us. We finished Oregon. Hey. All right, we went to the Asian market, got some chips, crackers, tofu, eel, ramen. It's a good resupply. We're gonna be eating good. What you think, Zach?
Oh, it's awesome!
That's gonna be it for Oregon. We're about to go get some Mongolian hot pot. Next up going to be Washington, of course. Right now it's very smoky. There's a couple fires going on. The first 2 aren't so bad for the trail. There's detours. The last one is the 30 miles leading into Canada, actually. So you can't actually finish the trail and tag the monument right now. It is what it is. We'll make the best of it. It's still going to be gorgeous views, and I'll have a lot of fun doing it. So peace out.
I just lost a tooth! Ooh, it's so shiny!
Bonus scene. We're driving over to the hot pot place. Zach's sitting in the back. He said, my tooth hurts. I'm just gonna pull it out. And we're like, no, don't do it. And 5 minutes later, he has his tooth in his hand. There's blood everywhere.
He's a man now.
He's a man now.